All right, guys, so now that we're done with our windscreen, the next thing that we're going to work on is our text. So this has already been here since the beginning of our game's creation. So we can go ahead and click on this sprite and go into costumes. So what this is essentially doing is it's adding funny text around the actual game uh, to basically give players either little pointers or positive kind of come on you can do it to kind of get them pumped in order to play. You can also add funny text too. It's kind of up to you how you guys want to play your games. So the first thing is we've actually changed our game quite a bit before actually making this, and this is originally made for the original game itself because you can see that it has the original levels. So you can go to your platform, you can see how many levels you have, and that's how many you will need for your text. So when you're going to duplicate something, so for example, when we look at my game, I duplicated the pink level twice, and this is what I used for a new level. Then I know that in my text, I'm going to go ahead and go into the pink level. I'm going to duplicate it twice so I have a second one, and that's what I'm going to have for my other level. And I'm going to make sure that I'm positioning everything in these costumes to look exactly how they do on my level. Since a lot of the text has already been pre-placed for us, we might have to move it a little bit since our level has changed, but not too much, which is nice and a little bit simpler. So now that I've done that and I have the same amount of text stuff as I do for my platform, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in so I can use these little magnifying glasses to go a little bit um, close to my text. I can use the text tool. I can click on it and I can do a couple of things. I can easily just highlight everything that I have, and then I can also change the color of it if I wanted to. So it doesn't have to be black. It's kind of up to you guys if you want to change it to different colors, especially since, again, like I said, we do have different colors for our world. So maybe I want to have different colors for my text too that reflects my world as an added little bonus. And then I'm just going to be changing what it says. So if I want to keep it the same, I can. So I know that, for example, my level 2 has the same one, so maybe I don't want this. So I'll use my select tool, click on it, and I'll just delete that one. But for my first one, maybe I want to let my players know how to play, so I'll just leave this the same. Let's say that for my next one, I actually want to be a little bit funny, and I can double click on this and type something different, like, oops, don't fall in. Mwahaha. And there I have a little funny text for it. So I can just go through all of the different texts and change it. So I can either choose to be helpful by giving a tip like I did with, hey, use the arrow tools in order to move around the game, or don't miss this platform here that can help you with this obstacle. So I can either give them helpful tips, I can make funny jokes like I did for this one. It's kind of how I want to present my game. So I can go through, I can change the colors of my text, I can change the words of it, and once I do it for the first one, I can go through and change it for the other ones as well. Now, the only one thing I suggest not to do is change the font. So the reason why I don't suggest changing the font is because the font needs to be clear and legible. And what that means is it needs to be able to be seen by the player so they can read it. So if you choose a font that has a lot going on, or it's kind of mushed in together, it's hard to see, then the player won't be able to read the text that you took your time to create in the first place. So that's why I'm saying to be a little bit careful with it. If you can find a font that allows the player to read it perfectly fine, then that is awesome. If not, I would just leave it alone. So other than that, you're really just going through the different text, you're changing the color, changing what it says, And then once you're done, a good thing always to do is to click on your green flag and play the game. Now, when you click on your green flag, make sure that you're never inside of the costumes tab. Because what will happen is, as you're moving, a lot of these little text will start to shift around. So you need to click on your code, then play your game. Once you've played your game and you've seen that maybe some of the text is incorrectly positioned, all you have to do is go back into your code, use your select tool, and you can move it. Now, if you want to make it a little bit easier, what you can do is you can click on your green flag. You can play up to the part of the text. So I'll move my character, and then I'll wait. And then once I'm here, then I'll go to my costumes. I will not use any of my keys to move my character. I will zoom in to the text that I want to move, use my select tool, and move it to wherever I want to make it a little bit easier. So maybe I have to move this a little bit higher. Maybe I want it a little bit over here. Now that I'm done, I'm going to click back on my code tab, and then I'll continue playing and do the same thing. The problem only happens if you're moving and also in the costume tab. So as long as you do that, you should be perfectly fine. So take your time, make your text funny, remove some, add some, position them wherever you want, change the color, really create what you kind of want to basically show as the player is moving and playing your game, to kind of read it and help make the game even more fun than what it already is.